Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Simona and I'm a chemistry PhD student and I'm here to help you navigate your STEM career. Today we're specifically going to be talking about how to navigate college as a STEM major. My favorite quote is, "Show me your friends and I will show you your future." I live by this. If you want to go to college and have the party experience, make friends with people who go out and get sloshed on Friday nights, for sure, right? But if you want to get good grades and become an academic weapon, well, it's probably smarter to become friends with the nerds and the people who study all the time. And you don't want to become friends with people who just study a lot. You want to become friends with people who study effectively. At my school, we had a bunch of free learning resources and all the really smart kids would go there after class. So I would also go to these classes, and that is where I met like-minded people who helped me get through my undergraduate degree. In addition to becoming friends with smart people, well, you also got to become friends with your TAs and your professors. I was literally best friends with all of my TAs and all of my professors. I went to every single office hour ever. It's called networking because your professors have that inside information. I swear to God, I had a few professors give me hints at a certain point about what was going to be on the midterm. Because I would come in and ask so many questions and they seen that I was such a hardworking, driven student that they would say, okay, well, make sure to study this. Make sure to study activation energy diagrams. And then guess what would be on the test? Activation energy diagrams. Because professors want you to succeed if you put in the work. So show up every single day with a positive attitude and a willingness to learn and you're gonna do great. Second point is learning how to say no. There's pros and cons about learning how to say no because you might lose a lot of friends along the way. But if your priority is getting your degree and getting good grades, then make that clear to everybody that knows you and everybody that's friends with you. And yes, maybe you're gonna stop getting invites to the Friday night parties, but you're also gonna gain the respect of those people. And I get it. It's like, okay, I have a fear of missing out, but missing out on what? Life is long. What you want is to set yourself up in your undergraduate degree so you can be happy in your career the rest of your life. And you're not going to be out there begging for jobs. Employers are going to be coming to you because you're the best candidate. And I know I say this like it's easy, but it wasn't easy for me either. Every day is a constant struggle, but you have to remind yourself of your purpose and why you do what you do. So what have we covered so far? You want to make smart friends and you need to learn how to say no and prioritize studying. In addition to these things, you also need to have your purpose in the forefront of your prefrontal cortex every single day. You must wake up with that drive and say, you know what, I am out here and I am studying because I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a scientist. And if you don't know exactly what you want to do just yet, that is okay. What you can do is find somebody, it could be somebody online that you aspire to be like. For example, if you're a basketball player, your inspiration might be Stephen Curry. If you want to become a scientist, your inspiration could be as simple as Albert Einstein. Put a picture of his face right beside your bed and look at it every single morning and ask, what would Albert do? Would he sit in his bed and scroll on TikTok for 40 minutes before getting up and getting to work? Probably not. Because he was devoted to his life's purpose. He wanted to get out of bed and get to work. And this kind of goes with my next point, is to make sure to pick a major that you love. Because every single major in STEM is going to be hard. So you've got to find something that you are passionate about. Because passion is what's going to keep you motivated through the hard times that you will encounter. And I also believe that money will follow passion. If you truly love what you do, you're gonna give it your best damn shot. And if you give it your best damn shot, then you're gonna have the possibility of becoming the best at it in your field. And if you're the best at anything in your field, that's going to come with money. There will always be a spot for those who deserve it. And every single one of us has something unique about us. But it's about doing that self-introspection and figuring out what is special about you and how you can exploit that. And then that will help you pick the major and career that you want to have in life. And it is okay to change paths. It is never too late. This one is not as positive, but you must learn how to deal with failure. As a scientist, as a doctor, lawyer, you are going to fail sometimes because these career choices are hard. They are not for the weak. It is survival of the fittest out here. Somewhere along the way, you will encounter hardships and failure. But what you have to do is be able to look at failure not as a bad thing, but as an area for you to improve. Also, if you failed, that means that you had to try. And if you tried, you've already won. So all you have to do is keep trying until you get it right. And at the end of the day, the only person that needs to believe in you is yourself. I am so big on this. You need to be your biggest fan. Because if you are doing anything that is hard in life, you are going to have people, maybe it's family members or friends, tell you, oh, are you sure you can do that? I don't know if that is going to work. Like, they're going to portray their own doubts and insecurities on you. So you need to have the mental strength to say that, you know what? I get that other people might think that this is a bad decision or this is too hard or that I couldn't do it, but it doesn't matter what they think because I know I can. So I'm going to continue to keep putting my best foot forward and get to work until I make it happen. My next point kind of goes hand in hand with learning how to deal with failure, and it is knowing that if you do not understand a topic the first time you study it, that does not mean you're stupid. Nobody understands it the first time. People might like to flex, or if somebody has a really big ego, they might tell you, like, for example, a classmate, oh yeah, that was so easy. How don't you understand? They probably spent 8 hours studying it, and they are just deciding to not tell you how hard it was for them during the first 8 hours before they understood it. So if you do not understand a concept, you just need to keep on trying until it clicks and seek help. For example, get a tutor, go to learning resources at your university, go to your professor, go to your TAs. Do not give up. And everybody has different learning styles. There's visual, there's auditory. You might need to write stuff down. For me, it's a combination of a bunch of different learning styles. So never just rely on one way of studying. Try to integrate different ways of studying into your study routine, because then you'll have a better chance of actually retaining that concept and understanding it. My next point is about time management. You must have a journal and a to-do list. I tried using Google Calendars and I can't do it. I need to have a physical journal. I also have ADHD though, so my to-do lists are always quite short. I always put 3 or 4 things down that I have to do, and I always start with the easiest thing, which might sound counterintuitive, but for me, I need to get the first task done to get myself into momentum, and then the other tasks become easier once I already complete one single task. But have a to-do list, have a journal, write down what you gotta do, and then cross off what you do once you do it, because then you can get that dopamine hit. Yes, I did a good job. I completed a task. And then you're gonna have more motivation to complete the next task. In college, there's gonna be a bunch of clubs. You might have, for example, a club day. Go to this. Find a club that you are passionate about. You gotta put stuff like this on your CV. For me, I am very passionate about teaching. So when I was in undergrad, I volunteered for all the student study unions, and I would lead midterm study review sessions for first year chemistry or math students, as well as second year organic chemistry students. So on my CV, I put led midterm study session reviews for students struggling with chemistry or mathematics. And I had, 100 to 300 people show up for each study session. And then, my reviewer's like, oh, look, she really loves teaching. And people also seem to, like when she teaches. So that's good. This is cool. So with that said, if you can't connect your extracurriculars and allow them to tell a story about who you are and what you value, then you need to have different extracurriculars. All right, guys, that is all I plan to talk about in this video. I hope you learned something, or I hope you're inspired to get to work. If you made it this far, please make sure to leave a like, comment, save, and or subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would mean the most to me. And also, if you have a suggestion for something you want me to talk about in a later video, also make sure to leave that down in the comment box below. You've got this. If you don't believe in yourself just yet, know that I believe in you. Love y'all.